What's good? I am Yish. You're watching New Leaves on Life. So it's been a minute. Been battling some addictions and doing some additional soul searching. Still not in a place where I'm healed of my issues. Back and forth with this insurance situation. I'm not even sure if I even posted from the time that I took off from work. So just to recap on something. Last year I took a few months off of work. So I really had sort of a breakdown trying to find out what is wrong with me. And really what it was knowing that I need to get some help, but I also knew that the help that I wanted, I wasn't going to get it, but I had to try something. So I went for 3 months and sat with a CBT counselor. We talked and we talked and we talked and we talked, and we really didn't get anything accomplished other than me explaining my situation. Then I spent another month and a half trying to get back to work with some red tape and paperwork issues in the way. Lost a little bit of pay last year, kind of struggled with that. That kind of put me in a certain financial situation, which at this point is really not a problem anymore. I spent another 30 days after I got back to work, but let me back up. I actually had an injury where the sciatic muscle, or rather the sciatic nerve in my leg gave out, and was walking with a cane for about a month and a half, almost 2 months. And then towards the end of that scenario, in September, I realized that I am living with a lot of resistance. Like my heart is just this, and I've known this already, but the word that I could put on it was that I was not being vulnerable. And that brings me back to, of course, my childhood and being traumatized as a result of the neglectful state that I was in. And it reaches all the way back over to the last situation that I had, the last serious situation that I had that put me in this 10-year state, in which I had been locked up emotionally. But I finally got a name to it, and something kind of miraculous happened. I kind of woke up into this state of vulnerability, where I just let things be. I just let things, instead of putting so much judgment on stuff, and whether good or bad, I just let everything be. I stopped worrying about stuff. And then I was re-triggered by my wife in the conversation that we had. So I knew that space was possible, but I did not know how to stop reacting when I no longer felt it was safe for me to be vulnerable. And so from that point, even up till today, I'm kind of back in the space that I was prior to finding that good space. And what I wanted to do with this video is to begin the documenting of a new choice that I decided to make. So what that is I changed insurance back to Kaiser. And actually what was going to happen was that me and my wife were going to set aside some money to just pay for an IFS therapist. And most places are about $120 and up. So we were going to try to put aside some money to get some therapy in that respect. But what happened was I went and searched this other type of therapy, which is called EMDR. If you search for that on YouTube, you will find lots of people's success stories on this. And it, in a nutshell, what it is that it utilizes a natural function of the eyes and of the body to reprocess trauma, right? So they say that when you sleep and you're in REM sleep, your eyes, rapid eye movement, right? It helps to process the day's issues. And we all can attest to that. You know, you get into it with somebody during the day and you sleep on it, and when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel quite the same about it, right? You don't have the same emotional attachment or emotional, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you don't feel the same. And so this particular type of therapy utilizes this eye movement in a waking state where you're conscious. And essentially, you're doing the eye movements while you are thinking of the traumatic experience. And in layman's term, what happens is your body sort of reprocesses that trauma to the point where because you're conscious, and this is part of this is my understanding, my thinking. You reprocess the trauma, and because you're conscious and your experience now, and I'm specifically talking about childhood trauma for myself, but any kind of trauma, because in the present moment you're not in that trauma, so your body kind of processes it, and you don't get rid of the memory, but the belief that you had towards that memory has been changed. So I'm documenting this day as the day that I have not reprocessed anything. I'm still, this guy that's been stuck like this for 10 years. And so I want to kind of document, each time that I go to the therapist and see the changes. I'm very high functioning, right? I can get things done. At times I don't remember half the stuff that I'm supposed to do, because I'm so caught up in trying to find feeling in a natural state. Like I smoke cigars, I watch things on the internet I shouldn't be watching, as a way to find some kind of feeling, and it's difficult at best to set that aside and really look at it as just that, because it's so natural to be caught up in that, when every day the only feeling that you get is the feeling of emotional discomfort or pain or sadness, so to speak. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot at home. So I chase the good things in life that I think, I whether it's intellectual or it's physiological. Like the smoking is definitely a physiological. No, the smoking is more of a physiological coping mechanism to deal with the bad feelings. When I'm stressed out, go and take a smoke, right? That's what a lot of people do. The intellectual ones is the creative side of me that enjoys doing music and enjoys doing video editing, and I get something out of that. But it doesn't really, I get a small hit from that, and then it fizzles out. It's like it's not doing anything for me, and I have to recharge, so to speak. And so I say that because if this EMDR therapy works, it allows me to get out of my head, get out of the negative loop, not let things bother me, not react to things the way that I have been reacting, which was what got me out of the state of being vulnerable. Then I know that eventually the healing part comes into play. And this EMDR session, these EMDR therapy sessions, from what I'm seeing so far, usually take anywhere from 4 to 8 sessions, and you're pretty much cured of whatever trauma that you dealt with. One lady was mauled by a pit bull, and he bit into her a couple of times. She said she was fighting with this dog for 15 minutes, and she was somebody who took care of dogs. She said after that situation she was quite traumatized, didn't even want to go outside, didn't want to have anything to do with dogs. But after taking a number of EMDR sessions, it allowed her to reprocess the trauma and get the frozen state out of the way and allow yourself to move back through it. And you do it through eye movements. So you follow either lights or tones or pulsing vibration in your hand that they give you. And you think of the bad memory, and your body naturally processes it in the same way. And again, this is my understanding, in the same way your body does, during REM sleep. And so I found me a therapist. She won't be available until April. Through my insurance, actually. I may just go ahead and just pay out of pocket right now until I can get to that therapist. But I found me a therapist that does EMDR, which again I have never done before, but this therapist also does IFS therapy. So I found somebody that I can go to under this insurance, because it's needed. My life is in shambles as far as the emotional capability of me even living. And I'm not on no suicide stuff, but I can't keep going like this, where everything is a bother. I'm not happy about anything. I'm annoyed when other people are happy. You know, it's things like that, and I'm not living my best life. I can't even make the decisions that I know I need to make to live my best life. Like my music, I really want to submit some music to film and TV, but a part of me is just not motivated to do it. I think a large part is the self-confidence. When I know that the material is good, I have people telling me that the material is good, and yet somehow I don't have the confidence to do anything about it. And so I need to get these underlying issues resolved. Again, this is before going to a therapy session, so I'm not sure when I will actually get to one. There is quite a number of them here in Georgia, EMDR therapists, so we may just go ahead and find one and book some time, at least to start. And then when the Kaiser therapist or the insurance paid therapist becomes available, then I'll set up some time with her to dig in even a little more deeper. I think that will probably be best for me, because I can't sit around and wait until April, even though it's only really a month and a half away. I need something now to give me some kind of relief. My anniversary coming up, I would like to be able to actually enjoy it. I didn't really even get to enjoy my honeymoon, not like most people would, where they're emotionally available. It was an experience. We were on a cruise, and it should have been the time of my life, yet it was really just a moment. It was just another day for me, and I don't want to have another anniversary like that. I at least want to have some kind of, refuge from the state that I'm in. So again, this is the 13th of February. So a month and a half from seeing the lady, but I'll try to get at least 1 or 2 sessions before then, and then I'll post another video as an update to how that went. Alright, I am Ish. You've been watching New Leafs on Life.